Hello everyone, welcome back to the Kingdom of the Gutes. I think we're almost an empire of the Gutes at this point. We've basically unified all of, well, the UK plus what is modern Ireland. So I guess the British Isles, we've unified all of the British Isles. And, although, is Ireland a British Isle? I think it is, isn't it? Let's just sidestep that for a moment and get back to the task at hand, which is classifying the Gutes. We've unified all of these islands, which I'm not sure has ever been done in history. Not only that, we've begun an expedition onto the continent proper. So I think it's fair to say we are now the Empire of the Gutes. Although I wonder if there is a capability to, you know, create an empire. Let's see. Survive until the following date. Spring 425. Control 30 settlements. We have 10. We've done all this stuff. Basically, we just need about 20 more settlements for a minor victory. Well, there's no objectives or anything, so I think, in my heart, it's an Empire of the Gutes. Anyway, the Suebians have done tons of stuff. Okay, you can see all of their agents amassed around our army. You can see 1, 2, 3 different armies of the Suebians. We will deal with that in just a moment. First, we must point out, for it is vital, that Asunder has been exposed. Holmgir had to withdraw from Tironum because there was about 5,000 Suebians that had showed up out of nowhere to prevent him from capturing Tironum. The theme of Egypt is at war with the Garamantians. We've built a farm. And look, our income is still massive. 7,000 gold per turn. Even when we've recruited all of these ships into the fleet of Vikingir. The fleet of Vikingir is the primary reason I'm not too concerned about the Children of the Oak. It's clear to me that they moved up here to get into striking distance of Rhodamagus, who has an appreciable garrison, to be sure. And this is what? 4 units of levy, 2 units of axes, plus the general. I feel as if... this might be a bit of a struggle, actually. Well, no, we have a pretty comparable amount of men in the Floriaf Vikingir, not to mention the garrison and all of the defensive structures we have. I think we'll be okay. As long as I actually capture Tironum this turn. Looks like Sigurd has gained a household unit, which is not actually that useful at the moment. Oh shit, we've also learned family workshops, which has upgraded our industrial capability. I see no reason that we should not go for land for loyalty. This will allow us to upgrade a lot of the stuff we need to upgrade. Particularly that souterrain, some of the religious buildings, canals, so on and so forth. It will cost 10,000 gold in 1 turn. Luckily, we are swimming in it at the moment. I think next we should perhaps go for army drills. That will unlock the recruitment of Nordic warriors, which is interesting. Okay, we have discovered Wolfram. Gritha has also gained a rank. She is getting nuts. That head where it's like 2 foxes or something. Yeah, it does. In fact, it looks like 2 snow foxes or something perched atop her head. One biting an ear individually. They're each biting an ear or something. I have no fucking idea. We're just going to dump some points into some shit because it's basically useless at this point. Yes, like that. Eric is now recruiting a bunch of units. Let's get him up to 10. He will have a bunch of quick ships, I think, as he will be sort of a reinforcement fleet. There we go. Vikingir is getting his final unit, a Drakkar dragon ship. We have Haraldir here in a fort, which we will move immediately. But first, I think we will use Asmundir to see if he could counter any of these agents. Of course, he cannot. 1/3 chance. This one's going to be worse. 20% chance. Well, let's go for the 1/3. We need to get him experience of one kind or another. There's a 1 in 4 chance he gets wounded. Oh, he's unable to do stuff because he's been distracted. My mistake. Whoops. Well, regardless, we have Odir here taking a look at Lugdunum. There is not an army to be found. I'm hoping the same can be said for Avaricum and Turonum. Okay, so it looks like these are all of the men the Suebians currently command. This army has placed the Suebians at rank 16, which is interesting. Because they look incredibly weak to me. I've got 2 armies far away from my homeland. I have a 3rd one basically kicking around. And these guys can't even muster 1 professional army amongst them. Despicable. We are going to use the Hariats of Holmgir as the main thrust of this offense. And Haraldir is going to reinforce, like so. So here's Holmgir attacking the Wild Warriors led by Radolf. That will draw in the Woods of Woe, as well as the garrison of Chironum, which is a bunch of archers, weirdly enough. More archers than necessary. There we go, we've got our 2 stacks in. Basically, 6,000 men versus their 5,000. And a lot of them are Germanic levies. So we are going to fight this battle right away. We're also going to control a large army as much as it... the 40 units, it gets to be a lot when you're recording. Anyway, there are... It's a very small amount of units that Radolf here is leading, so we could probably crush this with Holmgir's army before these other 2 armies, well, before this army even arrives. You cannot call this an army. Alright, I will see you guys on the battlefield. Interestingly enough, we have deployed on a completely featureless plain. There's not a single terrain feature to be found. Unfortunately, this means this battle is going to be pretty fucking boring. So we're just going to march towards the enemy with our pikes, with our archers, and of course, we're going to destroy them. You know what, let's take a brief moment to appreciate the majesty of our force. We've got these archers here with some very wonderful tunics. And then of course we have our pikemen with their... Hold on. What in the fuck is that armor they're wearing? Some sort of... I don't even... You know what? I cannot decipher that armor. It's like a pelt or leather with a bronze plate or something. Who knows? We've got apparently a force entirely compromised of women here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're in the front rank. I don't mean to be sexist, but I don't think you should have those women in the front rank. Put them in the back or something. Unless maybe... You know what? I take it back. These women look beefy as fuck. I mean, let's compare them to their comrades. I mean, actually, no. In hindsight, this woman in the yellow pants here next to this guy with the pelt, she's kind of puny compared to him. But this lady here, she's a fucking Amazonian. So maybe I'm just judging, I'm just prejudiced against the women there. Jesus Christ. Not to mention our completely uniform axemen. They're all blonde, except for this one ginger fuck right here. And they've all got the same haircut. They've all got the same tunic that is going to show off their guns to a disgusting degree. Like, fuck me. Aren't you guys worried about sunburn or anything? Shouldn't you cover that up? Alright, we need to form up on the hill. Like so. And we are going to build a similar formation. Hold on, I need to do this. With the game paused, we're going to build a similar formation with our reinforcements. We've got the pikes like so. Let's group them as well. The archer units. We'll put them behind the spears, but we will group the slingers in with them. I want the slingers in front of the pikes, skirmishing. I want the spear units either flank, which are also going to be grouped. And then I want the axes of evil on the flanks, of course, like so. And then Haraldir will be in the back. And then we can group our cav. Group 10, finally. There we go. Now we have one fucking massive force. If I go from 6 to 10, we can draw this... no. We have to wait for them to form up. My bad. I should have drawn that formation closer to the edge of the board. The edge of the battlefield, if you will. Well, at the very least, we have an appreciable height advantage. Especially if we continue to just sidle on over towards the enemy forces. I see no reason to just grab these archers and have them move forward. Of course, they will not have the protection of the pikes or the spears, and there's some cavalry there, but we could use the cavalry from Haraldr's army to prevent them from really doing any damage. Okay, we're going to, in fact, get into a skirmishing position with these archers, like so. Let's harass the enemy cav with our cav. It's just a unit of mercenaries. Look at that, they're fleeing. Okay, we've got our... you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna group all of our units like so. I don't know if... Do I want one long pike line? Yeah, let's go one long pike line. How many ranks is that? 3? That's 2 ranks. I want at least 3. Let's go like... let's have a line like that. Okay, now we've got, holy shit, like 8, 9 units of archers here. What the fuck? Did my pikes not get the memo there? Oh, I see. Let's have the archers way out in front. Also, let's have them in a loose formation, like so. We're also going to have the slingers way out in front in a loose formation. I'm going to group up... let's see. I'm going to group up the spears, like so. 2 units per flank. I think that'll do. I will have 1 general per flank with his complement of axemen. And then, of course, I have my cavalry. Group 10 can be on the left flank. Group 5 can be on the right. Now, this is a very wide formation for sure. But it'll have to do. Okay, we've got our archers in position. They're ready to skirmish with any asshole who comes too close to the line. Shit, looks like we're actually receiving shots already. Let's fire back. Let's clap back, alright? My 5 units ought to melt this one like a knife through hot butter. Actually, I would not mind having these 3 units fire at that cavalry, and then we can use these 3 units to get rid of their archers, of course. I need my cavalry to move up into a position that will protect my archers. Of course, we are in loose formation, so this is a... What in the fuck? My archers, what are they doing? I think they're struggling to get into position to fire at these cavalry. But anyway, our loose spacing means that this is going to be a engagement within our favor. It's going to be in our favor because those arrows, of course, will not hit their targets, but ours will. Yeah, my archers are really having issues firing at the cav. They're doing basically 0 damage, though. Okay, there we go. The enemy has begun assuming a loose spacing as well. They're in open order. But there we go. We're firing back. We're hitting levy. We're hitting archers. But unfortunately, we're actually taking a couple of casualties. Not ideal. Do we want to keep skirmishing? We're kind of getting strung out. Pulled away from our main force. Let's, maybe if I move my cav here. Yeah, let's just keep firing. There's a big grouping of men here. And they've got their backs to us, which is even worse. Keep firing, assholes! Although my archers, I think the loose spacing in skirmish mode is really throwing them off. Okay, it looks like their cav is turning around. Let's reform the line. And we'll have the slingers in position as well. We'll keep the cav here just in case. And it looks for the most part, the majority of our infantry has... Oh, fuck, yeah. Look, their cav is going a bit haywire. We're going to have to countercharge. What is this? Mercenary Germanic Warband. Let's at least throw some javelins at these assholes. Did we do it? Okay, whatever. 3 units on 1, that's a good deal for us. Let's get the slingers to deal with the skirmishers. I want all of my pikes and spears bringing the line forward. You know what? Let's shorten this line a bit. Something like that ought to do. Yeah, I want all of my archers in skirmisher formation, well, in skirmish mode, rather, and firing at these masses of men. Although there is a... Oh, fuck. There's a bit of a risk here that, I completely lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. There's a bit of a risk that we hit our own men, I guess, because we're skirmishing. My archers are in fire at will mode. There we go. Their cavalry is taking some hits. We are getting shredded by those skirmishers, though. Let's pull back. They've got spear support. We're getting hit by skirmishers. Oh, they've got 1 unit of cav here. Light melee cav. Let's counter with our own melee cav. And we'll come around the flanks with these 2 units. We're going to receive a charge on the flank, unfortunately. Well, we can completely envelop this cavalry instead. Oh, shit. Our our missile units are about to be hit by cav. Well, let's charge our spears forward. Fuck me. This unit is down to 40 men. They took some serious hits from those skirmishers. Well, we're going to destroy this unit very easily. I've got 2 units of archers here. Please fire at that cav. I want my slingers. Oh no, my slingers and archers ought to pull back, I guess. It's gone a bit... It's a bit messy. My pikes are not in formation. We're trying to fire at the cav. Can you drop the pikes? Yes. Oh man. We formed up the spear line just in time. Okay, let's prevent these archers from firing at will. Let's put them behind the fucking pikes. Now the slingers, I think we'll put them on the flanks. Hold on, we've got 3 units. These 2 units will be over here. There we are. Okay, now our cav, group 10, is going to have to come around the flank. To protect said missile units, we have annihilated these men. Let's reform the cavalry further back, like so. What do we got? Just a bunch of spear units, a mass of men in the center here. Our pike line has been constructed. They're trying to skirmish, and they are successfully skirmishing our pike line. What has happened to this unit? Is that from the ambush in the field? I assume so. This unit of cavalry is not doing well against those pikes. Oh, what in the fuck? Shit, you know what? All of my axes are throwing javelins. For some... Why is this unit charging? Did I accidentally issue that command? I don't know. Well. We're about to hit a bunch of our own men there with those javelins, but it will hopefully be okay. Okay, let's get the archers to no longer... Let's form them up. They don't need to be in open order any further. There we go. They will be able to shoot back at those skirmishers easily. Those skirmishers are doing some serious damage to my pikemen at the moment. Very fucking annoying. Actually, we need to get Holmgir's force. Actually, let's do this. We'll turn this into a bit of a chevron. We'll have Holmgir further back, like so. The cav can be even further back. There we go. So they've formed up on the flank. We can annihilate these guys pretty easily. We just gotta swing around like so. We'll have Heraldir. He'll take his men far afield, supported by the cav. Something like that. I want the archers, wherever they are, to fire at those skirmishers. Fuck them. Fuck them up. So these men are charging uphill at formed pikes. Oh shit, are we not actually in pike formation? No, these two units are not in pike formation. Hopefully they will be in pike formation before... Okay, once again, we've magicked the pikes out of our ass just in time to be charged by the levy. They're gonna get shredded. We are firing at... Oh, we're still in skirmish mode, of course. Okay, hopefully we take out that cav in no time. Holmgeir is taking a couple hits. That's okay. There we go. Let's make sure the skirmishers are not... skirmishing, the slingers, rather. There we go. We should be firing all arrows at these fucking raiders. Come on. Take them out. They're very annoying. Why are we not firing? There it is. Okay, that unit is gone. Looks like the spear levy is doing their best to break through our pike line. I think... I'm fairly certain those spears are going to be outclassed by our pikes. So we fired one volley at those raiders. Let's reform all archers. And we really need to hurry around the flanks. It's reminding me of the old Mordor campaign. There we go. We're going to come around the flanks so that we can start breaking some of these levy. We've got 2 units of slingers here. May as well start hitting the crossbows. Let's form them up too. The cavalry will come far afield to threaten the flanks. There we are. Okay, their levy is really struggling with this. They cannot, for the life of them, deal with an uphill assault on a pike line, which is obvious in hindsight. Okay, so we have basically pushed back all along the line. I would like to move downhill, but does not seem like it's going to work, so we'll have to... It will not work because these axes and these swords in the center, Radolf, the general unit, they are in position to keep us pinned down, so unfortunately we'll have to stay where we are. Holmgeir will have to march very quickly to deal with these flanking units. We've got our cav dealing with their cav. I want to break their levy. I also want to run off their missile units if possible. So we are going to roll up the flank with Heraldir, like so. We're going to have the pikes, or rather the spears, continue this envelopment. These slingers need to form up as well. They're going to come all the way out here, I guess. Maybe just here. So we've got 2 units of slingers here. They are hitting... Well, I'm not sure who they're hitting. They're trying to hit... Oh shit, we're taking a bunch of missiles. Yeah, it's the crossbows. We're aiming at the crossbows, that's right. So I want these 3 units to continue moving, but I want these 3 units to stop right here. Actually, we'll take the general with them to flank. The cav is now threatening their missiles. Let's try to get them fleeing. I don't want to charge, though. I just want to disrupt the formation. We've now annihilated this unit of mercenaries. We've charged these levy. Unfortunately, they turned just in time. Let's grab these units and bring them to the rear. Yeah, okay, this will work. So our pikes are still holding. What are our archers firing at? Let's get these 2 units. I'm going to issue these orders in pairs. Well, this one might be a triad. There we go. Hopefully we don't hit too many of our own men in these with these orders. Okay, so it looks like we're being chased off by some infantry, but we did disrupt the missiles somewhat. Long enough, I think, to get the infantry in place. So we're going to now get all of our Nordic Axe Warband to throw their javelins, their precursors. we're going to take out these 2 units. These guys will continue flanking, supported by the cav. And if possible, I want to swing these spears around too. Okay, so they're really struggling in this battle. Even their axe units can't penetrate the spear wall, which, again, is pretty obvious. But for some reason, they're struggling with it. Can we hit anything from here? I think if we were to form the slingers right here, we may be able to hit Radolf. I think Heraldir is going to have to march much further to be of use. So it looks like now the cream is rising to the top, and the shit is rising, or rather sinking to the bottom. That is, the missile units are starting to separate out. I want my cav in position to deal with that when the time comes. Look at that. We are now charging these Germanic levy. They are breaking because we've got so many precursors. Let's see. So their slingers are beginning to rout as well, because we've just fucked them up so hard. Let's keep firing at those crossbows. Now I want these Germanic levy to break. Okay, we're firing at troops that are now moving into contact with our battle line, so we're gonna have to readjust here a bit. No, stay where you are, please, and fire. These 3 units are going to continue firing at the Germanic warband. Okay, we are now in a position to... Oh my fuck, look at all the corpses in front of these pikes. Shit, they are very effective. Which, again, makes sense in hindsight. The slingers are going to sling, and we're going to threaten the flank with Heraldir. But here we go. We've got a bunch of missile troops out and about. Let's move in with the cav. I want my general to run off their missiles. These 2 units are going to continue down the center. Okay, we've broken these units as well. Let's have this unit charge. Oh man, it's getting messy for the Suebians here. We're able to form up and charge. Okay, yeah, these guys are going to continue the route. Something like this. These 2 spear units, well, this spear unit is going to form up behind them. The cav is... Oh, fuck, this unit has to get off the field. There's only 30 men left. They're going to run all of these missiles down. There we go. We've got a unit of axes somehow got engaged. I didn't see that. We're going to form up like so and attack. This unit also needs to get off the field. Yeah, they're going to form up, attack in the rear. We've got 1, 2, 3 units that's going to form up and attack. These slingers... they're having issues hitting stuff. Well, we're going to hit the Germanic warband in the back here. Let's just watch all the missiles pour in. Okay. There's not as many as I was hoping. Oh, there we go. Oh my fuck. Just one massive volley. Okay, I think we're sufficiently engaged here that we are going to cease firing with all missiles. We're dealing with many men here. What a stupid statement. We're dealing with many men here. There's violence on both sides. Okay, here we go. We are flanking, isolating, and destroying. Yeah, I want these guys to charge. That's the general, of course. These guys are going to support the cav, which is doing their damnedest to run down these missile units. Holy shit. Just a massive amount of them. Getting run down by a huge blob of cavalry. As long as we can prevent them firing, that would be ideal. Oh man, yeah, this is excellent. This is excellent. Okay, they're all beginning to rout now. Let's get Heraldir to deal with the enemy general, Radolf here. He is surrounded. Oh, this is let's see, we've got 5,200 men left to deal with the 1,800 who have yet to rout. Holy shit, we have just completely enveloped and destroyed the Suebians. We just need our cavalry to deal with the remainder, essentially. Well, all of our archers are going to fire at these axemen. Our cavalry are going to move out of the way. Come on, a single volley. There it is. Boom! Holy shit, they just melted. Okay, looks like we did actually take quite a few casualties dealing with these missile units, unfortunately. You know what we're going to do? We're going to lock these guys into formation. Both wings of the flanking melee infantry, and we're just going to issue an attack command. That ought to do it. Much the same with the cav. Issue an attack command. They're going to run down everyone. Oh, it's a fucking massacre. It's a goddamn massacre. Oh, what remains? I almost feel bad. This is a complete fucking slaughter. I just love that massive volley from the archers as well. Okay, we're gonna run down as many of these Suebians as we can. If we could crush the Suebians once and for all here, I would be very appreciative. They have a single unit of pikes though, which is holding us up, weirdly enough. They have no support. Okay, there they go. They've broken. We need to slay the general. Okay, my pikes can drop their pike formation. The enemy general is dead. Excellent. We just need to sling these Germanic warband. They're tired. They're wavering. We just need one volley here. There it is. They've shattered. Okay. We have destroyed the enemy army. Holy. Nothing remains. Good golly, Miss Molly. Let's redraw the line here. What a perfect, like, marching envelopment. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but that went very well. Although, to be fair, the AI is not exactly a fucking genius. Okay, I am going to continue... Oh, shit. Please stop. I'm going to continue running down as many of these Suebians as I can. I will see you guys on the campaign map. Adios. There you have it. We slew 5,000 Suebians. Every single unit that joined the battle was slain or captured. We captured 900 of them without really any sort of appreciable loss on our part, aside from, I guess, this singular cavalry unit. This unit is also having a bit of a rough time, but basically, we're going to replenish all of these losses incredibly quickly. I think we will... let us take on the warriors. 800 men to join our ranks. There we go. The Battle of Turonum. Holy shit. Excellent. Radolf has been killed. Clodikar has been killed. Holmgir has gained a rank. Let's take a look. So he is a fighter. He is a wolf. Let's make him an infantry commander. As well as... Well, let's make him a double infantry commander. There we go. So he is now out of movement points, weirdly enough. I would not have expected that. So at this point, we could have Haraldir rush back to Rhodamagus, or we could use him to capture Turonum. I think we'll have him rush back to Rhodamagus, which, luckily enough, has apparently evened out in terms of public order. Still not to a degree where we can remove Vikingir, unfortunately, but once we put Haraldir in place, they are now reducing, or rather gaining, public order by 25 units per turn. Excellent. So that means the Children of the Oak are basically SOL. Their only choice now is to garrison Turonum. We will capture that next turn. Wonderful. And I'm fairly certain if we were to look at the strength ranking, where are the Suebians? 39. Oh man, they are weaker than the Angles. They are weaker than the Rugians, who have a single territory. Man, we are really socking it to the Suebians at this point. Now, my only problem here is I'm not sure what exactly I want to conquer. Avaricum is part of the Aquitania province, meaning we would have to capture Bertigala, Ilusa, and I guess this is like a natural defensive barrier against the Romans in Hispania, That is the Pyrenees. Maybe we could do the same with the Alps? I'm not sure. Basically, the problem here is once I begin conquering south and I start getting into Roman territories, there's no end. There's no end in sight. So maybe we'll just start with Turonum. And Lugdunum is also part of this province. Lugdunum is dangerously close to Vienna, which is again a hop, skip, and a jump away from Genoa. It's all very close to the Roman territories, and I don't exactly want to get into a tussle with the Romans at this point. So let's start with Turonum. Maybe we can get Avaricum. I don't know, I'm torn. I would like to hear your thoughts on this. I think we will end the episode here. It was a fairly successful one. Of course, when we come back, we will have to look at our fleets again and answer the question, what do we want to conquer? Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. As always, my name is Incoherence. You guys are fucking awesome. And I will see you all later. Adios.